The name Sparta brings to mind warriors, shields locked in formation, bronze helmets gleaming, and men who would rather die than surrender. But the legend of Sparta was not forged only on the battlefield. It began much earlier, with children who never had a choice in the lives they were forced to live. This is their story, the forgotten children of Sparta. In most ancient cities, a newborn's arrival was a moment of celebration. But in Sparta, it was a test. The city itself, not the parents, decided whether a baby was worthy to live. Elders inspected the infant with cold eyes. If it showed weakness, deformity, or anything less than perfection, it was carried away to the foot of Mount Taygetus. There, in a place called the Peloponnesian, the child was left to die from exposure. To the Spartans, this was not cruelty, it was practicality. They believed that only the strong deserved to survive. Those who passed this first judgment would face the next trial at the age of 7. Boys were taken from their families and entered the Agoge, Sparta's brutal state-run military training system. From that moment, they no longer belonged to their parents, they belonged to the state. Life in the Agoge was not about comfort. Boys were given one cloak to wear year-round. Whether in the burning heat or the freezing cold, they slept on beds made of reeds, cut by their own hands without tools. Food was deliberately scarce, teaching them to steal to survive. But if caught, the punishment was severe, not for the theft itself, but for failing to be clever enough to get away with it. Childhood was stripped away, replaced by discipline, hardship, and pain. Training was relentless. Boys marched barefoot, wrestled, sparred with wooden weapons, and endured constant humiliation from older youths. They were beaten regularly, sometimes until blood ran down their backs. At religious festivals, they were whipped publicly in endurance contests. Many endured that agony in silence. Some died under the lash. Their deaths were not mourned, they were lessons for the living. By their teenage years, Spartan boys carried scars on their bodies and in their minds. They were expected to hunt, fight, and even kill as proof of their strength. They lived in groups, away from their families, bonded more to their peers and their commanders than to their parents. They were learning to be soldiers, but they were losing something else, the warmth of family, the innocence of youth.